Good afternoon and welcome to the live stream. This is live of the 2021 MACS Minnesota Association of Charter Schools Innovation and Leadership Awards. I'm Tom DeGree from MACS.
And I'm Mike Swan from MACS. Happy National Charter Schools Week, everyone. We are so excited to have you join us for this annual tradition of honoring the incredible innovations and leadership that is happening in Minnesota's chartered public schools every day. Of course, what we'll show you today is only a fraction of what's going on, and each of these schools and leaders is deserving of the award in their own right.
So let's start off with the Innovation Awards. This is the 6th year that MACS has been giving these awards out.
And as public charter schools, we are constantly seeking to unleash education from convention and invent new, innovative ways for students, teachers, and school communities to enhance the educational experience. We have a proud history of that here in Minnesota. In fact, this year is the 30th anniversary of Minnesota's first in the nation charter school law getting passed. We were the first.
True innovation, though, is not just a series of individual practices, ideas, and actions. It's a culture, and it must be baked into every aspect of the school community. Charter schools require a culture that encourages discovery, experimentation, a culture that celebrates not just successes, but also failures as an opportunity for learning, progress, and growth.
And so that's why this year we made some changes to how we celebrate innovation in Minnesota's charter schools. First, with our Innovation of the Month recognition. While the Innovation Awards every year require nominees to have their innovation in place for a minimum of 2 years, the Innovation of the Month broadens that scope. And so we're able to honor ideas that are in their earlier stages of development. And it's equally important for us to celebrate these new ideas, the seeds of innovation that have the potential to come to fruition. After all, the process and the courage to experiment are equally, if not more, important than the final result.
And secondly, a criterion has been added to the awards. The review process takes into account how innovation has contributed to a more equitable school community. That's really important this year. As MACS, part of our mission is to promote equitable opportunities and excellence for education and students. As we innovate, it is essential that each school vision doesn't leave anyone behind. Historical inequities in our system have laid bare before us, and just past due is addressing them.
Which brings us what we're here to celebrate today, the 2021 Minnesota Charter School Innovation Awards. Now, there are 5 categories in which a school can apply for the award that are based off of the 5 different ways schools can innovate according to the Minnesota Charter School Law. They are: 1, increase learning opportunities for all pupils; 2, encourage the use of different and innovative teaching methods; 3, measure learning outcomes and create different and innovative forms of measuring outcomes; 4, find innovative ways for schools, new forms of accountability for schools; and 5, creating new professional opportunities for teachers. And this year, we have 6 finalists across 4 categories. Here they are.
So if you were paying attention, we had a category that somebody didn't apply for. Each winner gets $1,000 and a video made for their innovation. So think about that for next year. In the category of encouraging use in different innovative teaching methods, we have Minnesota Excellence in Learning Academy, MILA. In response to the low academic performance of its scholars from low-income, refugee, and trauma-impacted schools, MILA has sought to address the gap through a combination of professional development around trauma-informed care, implementation of the best practices in language and literacy, and ongoing student-centered coaching. They eventually brought in staff member whose primary focus was around this work. And they saw the literacy progress grow up 2% higher than developmental expectations.
200%.
200%.
Yeah.
Mike, and the winner is Minnesota Excellence in Learning Academy, MILA.
Congratulations,
nice job.
MILA. Yeah, nice job. We're super proud of the work that you guys are doing. Okay, in the next category, we have creating different and innovative forms of measuring outcomes. In this category, we have Jane Goodall Environmental Science Academy. Now, Jane Goodall up in Maple Lake has integrated their mission of out of the classroom into the world into every aspect of school design and culture. Instead of focusing student success on test scores and standards, they choose to emphasize the interconnectedness of living and learning with a skills rubric that promotes self-improvement, achieving happiness, and self-defined personal success. And the winner is Jane Goodall, Environmental Sciences Academy. Congratulations, guys.
And I'm excited to go up and visit. I love that location, so we're excited to go visit and do the video for them.
Shoot the video for you guys, yeah.
So the next two categories, we had more than one applicant. So the interesting part is what we do is we take the rubric for the application and combine it with the score of the normally site visit, but it was an actual Zoom visit with the school. So those scores are combined to decide who the actual winner is. So in the category of establishing new forms of accountability, we have Level Up Academy. Research shows while relationships are the most important factor in helping young people thrive, far too report having strong relationships with adults. Level Up Academy in White Bear has developed a mentor process where teachers meet one-on-one with each student for 10 minutes weekly to check in about their goals, challenges, and strategies to meet them. And I had heard it worked really well with the Zoom and doing it online. So that was a nice piece that where I heard it was actually a positive that it was online where people were spending time together. The second school in this category, Paladin Career and Technical High School. In an effort to more meaningful measure of student success, Paladin and Blaine has implemented a research-based graduation matrix that takes into account the realities of high school mobility and credit deficiency while still challenging students to complete their high school credits in a timely manner. This one-year graduation rate calculates different from the traditional 4, 5, 6, and 7-year graduation rates calculated by MDE, in that it disregards a student's assigned graduation year and is instead calculated based on the rate of credit completion in their final year of school. The winner in this category is Paladin. Nice job, Paladin.
Congratulations, Paladin. Yeah. Okay. And that brings us to our final category for today, which is create new professional opportunities for teachers. Again, we have two schools that applied in this category, and they are New Discoveries Montessori Academy. New Discoveries out in Hutchinson has a professional development program that focuses on building community, trust, and positive relationships amongst staff members. Staff members focus on improving their emotional intelligence along with their physical well-being in order to better serve their colleagues and the students. Our second school in this category is Trio Wolf Creek Distance Learning Charter School up in Chisago City. Wolf Creek's professional learning communities, or PLCs, focus on goal-oriented, collaborative efforts to increase student achievement. With time set aside weekly for them to learn and grow together, Wolf Creek's teachers work much like their students do, in a hybrid model of both in-person and online learning, including an online course they develop themselves to manage their progress and foster discussion. And the winner is, do you want to give me a drum roll on this one?
All right, let's go.
The winner is New Discoveries Montessori Academy in Hutchinson. Congratulations, guys. Yeah.
Well, and obviously, we would love to give a congratulations to all the people who entered. We truly wish that we could give awards to all of you. Be sure, though, to keep an eye out for the Innovations of the Month, which will highlight some of the schools that maybe didn't win.
Next one's coming up in June.
And the videos from our winners that we do an in-depth look of their amazing work. Now, to turn over to our board chair at Max, Darius Hussein, we present the Charter Leader Award.
All right.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Mike. You know, with this wonderful setup that you have here, I feel like I should be doing the weather or something. And so I'd like to say that it is sunny with a 100% chance of innovation. I'd also like to very quickly point out this fern, who's also the star of the show. So I am not between two ferns, but we only had budget for one, but this is how we save you money on your dues and keep lowering them every single year. Who am I? My name is Darius Hussein, and I'm the Executive Director of Face to Face Academy in St. Paul, and I am the Chair of the MAX Board of Directors. The Minnesota Charter School Leadership Award was established to recognize school leaders who demonstrate leadership qualities in the following areas. 1, empowering staff and creating a positive work environment. 2, facilitating an effective board governance. 3, creating a culture for student success and achievement. 4, creating and supporting professional learning communities at the board and staff levels. 5, supporting and implementing new and different programs, teaching methods, and assessments or organizational processes and procedures. And 6, cultivating partnerships to enhance opportunities for students or the school and participate in the charter school community. In other words, an individual who embodies the intent and spirit of the chartered public school movement. And if there was ever a year where the value of steady and experienced leadership was so important, it's been this year. And so here are our 5 worthy nominees. First, Todd Bartholomew from New City Charter School in Minneapolis. Todd was nominated by his board and staff for his work in giving leadership opportunities to all staff members, from the most veteran teachers to the most junior paraprofessionals and students. According to the Dean of Students, Todd models the crew mentality that we frequently give voice to our students. As crew, none of us are just passengers. Everyone is a crew member. To this end, our staff are empowered to express their passions and their leadership choices and work hard towards seeing their vision fulfilled within the broader scope of the school's vision. This year, Todd created new professional learning communities at New City that are working to ensure equitable student outcomes by ensuring that staff educate themselves on equity issues and emotional resilience. In fact, when a 5th grader pointed out the gender stereotypes consistently referenced in their math curriculum's word problems, Todd encouraged students to work alongside staff to help improve it. Over the last 7 years, he has worked hard to recruit a board that is diverse, both in background and experiences, negotiate a building expansion, and secure funding for more teachers of color. Congratulations, Todd. Our next nominee is Dr. Meg Cavalier from St. Paul City Schools in St. Paul. Nominated by her administrative team, Dr. Meg is described as a force of nature. After leading River's Edge Academy for 10 years, she took on the task of merging River's Edge with St. Paul City School 2 years ago to create a new pre-K-12 district and fulfill a shared vision of community-based schooling. She has encouraged the integration of trauma-informed practices to all schools, established a paid anti-racism curriculum review committee, and ensured funding to become a one-to-one technology district. Not only that, Meg has proven her commitment towards creating a culture for student achievement and success. Every high school graduate is accepted into college or a secondary transitions program. Congratulations to you, Meg. Our third nominee is Lisa Hendricks from Partnership Academy in Richfield. Lisa was nominated by her board and staff for her work in making Partnership a positive and empowering work environment. With a strong commitment to growing their own, Jesse Arnaldi, a teacher and board member, says, "Employees are empowered because many are hired and promoted from within. The administration team is made up of longtime employees who have all served the school for over 10 years. With this culture that encourages staff to make Partnerships their professional home, enrollment has grown by almost 400% during Lisa's tenure. With the help of grants, Lisa has hired full-time language and intervention teachers for all grades, allowing for smaller group sizes, enhanced English learner-focused curriculum, and concentrated academic interventions." Congratulations to you, Lisa. Our next nominee, Carl Schluter from Seven Hills Preparatory Academy in Richfield and Bloomington. Nominated by the Seven Hills School Board, Carl has successfully created a culture for student achievement and success by using data-driven approaches that measure both academic, social, emotional factors to measure student success. According to board treasurer Michael Meyer, Carl implements a rigorous and supportive instructional coaching model to mentor and grow teacher instruction. Students' social and emotional development is just as important as supporting teachers, staff, and students academically. Seven Hills also provides mentorship programming for students through the Relationship Anchor program. In addition to his work, Carl was instrumental in creating the Minnesota Classical Education Conference that gives annual professional development experiences to classical educators in Minnesota. Our final nominee, Simon Tyler from Prairie Creek Community School in Castle Rock. Nominated by the Prairie Creek School Board, Simon has proven a true commitment to the school's mission and progressive education philosophy. Under his leadership, Prairie Creek fosters a pedagogy that focuses on child-centered exploration and emphasizes a deep connection with nature and the outdoors. He has cultivated collaborative relationships with their authorizer, the Northfield School District, presenting to the district's elementary teachers on Prairie Creek's use of the Orton Gillingham literacy curriculum, and even traveled to Myanmar to share Prairie Creek's progressive education philosophy with educators there. As Board Chair Ben Miller says, "I was struck by the excitement and energy of the students and teachers on a March afternoon. Already well into the school year, all of the students were excitedly engaged in personal projects, from kindergartners to fifth graders, studying any topic of their choosing. Student artwork covered the walls, and there was a tangible excitement for learning coming from each classroom that I visited. I wish there was a school like this when I was a kid." Now, I have had the pleasure of working with many of these outstanding leaders, and I know firsthand that their incredible impact that they have on their school communities. So congratulations to all 5 of you for being nominated. The winner of the 2020-21 Leadership Award is Simon Tyler from Prairie Creek Community School. Congratulations, Simon. Well deserved.
I feel immensely grateful to have been nominated and then honored with this award. I'm grateful to the folks at Max for this honor, and really appreciative of the Prairie Creek School Board for nominating me and taking the time to put me forward for this award.
He is adept at bringing out leadership from his team. And so our professional development became much more central, and it's all teacher-led and teacher-developed. And so he was able to identify everybody's individual strengths and bring those together in our larger professional community.
You know, ever since I've known Simon at Prairie Creek, he's been, you know, I think one of the things that stands out to parents when they come visit at first is just Simon's knowledge of the school, of the teachers, of the history of the school, and really, I think, a good understanding of the philosophy behind the school, which is centered around progressive education. And so Simon's ability to tie the mission of the school to what's actually happening in the classroom on a day-to-day basis is, I think, something that's very evident.
Well, working with Simon and the ways that he supports me as a professional is that he is constantly just giving me encouraging words of advice. And one of my favorite things that he does is he will just drop by into our classroom and he will kind of just watch for 5-10 minutes, and then he'll leave. An hour later, you'll notice that there's a little yellow piece of paper on your desk, and it just highlights all of the things that he saw that you did that he really values.
He is humble, he's collaborative, he's a consensus builder. We do consider ourselves to be a teacher-powered school. Simon never treats anyone as if he's the director. I'm just so glad he's here.
I think why people want to teach here, and I think why people stay teaching here so long, is that Simon's leadership really empowers us. He leads us in a way that he pushes or presses us to go to places not just in our teaching, but in the leadership of the school.
Yeah, one of my hopes for Prairie Creek is it's always been a value at this school that we will innovate, that we will question, and we will seek ways to improve our learning model. Working on educating for equity is a primary strategic focus for 5 years or more now at Prairie Creek, intentionally embedding this into our professional development process. We have a teacher-led professional development. I think we've worked to acknowledge the learning that needs to be done, starting with ourselves. We are predominantly white school in terms of staff and student body, so there's a lot of work and a lot of learning for us to do first, and we've engaged in that for our professional development. But I think the next phase of this equity work for that is what are the strategic action plans we do? How do we embed an equity lens in our curriculum work in a progressive education model? So we have been evaluating our curricular design, looking at integrated themes and projects, and saying where is the authentic equity opportunity here.
Congratulations, Simon. I can't imagine a more deserving leader, colleague, or friend to receive this award.
Congratulations. It's a well-deserved recognition of all the work that you do for the students, family, teachers, and staff here at Prairie Creek. Thank you.
Congratulations, Simon. You deserve it. You are awesome, and I'm so grateful that you are my leader.
Simon, I am so proud of you. I am so glad that everyone now has recognized how incredible you are and what a great leader you are. Congratulations, and thank you for everything that you have brought to our school and continue to bring.
And it is an honor and a privilege to work with you every single day. I love your sense of humor. I love your honesty and your openness. I think you have driven us in such a great direction and continue to look for ways to make Prairie Creek even better.
All right, congratulations, all of our winners and nominees. You know, the beauty of my job is I get to go to all the schools across the state, and I get to see the leaders and see how they work. I get to talk to them about the innovative things that they do in their school. It's one of the big perks of the last 6 years. 6 years I've been here in this position, Mike. 6 years that I've been able to do is I've visited most of these schools across the state. It's an honor to recognize you and be able to share your incredible stories.
Now, before we go, we just have a couple of exciting announcements to share with you. First, and you might have heard us announce this and share this earlier this week, but the National Alliance for Public Charter Schools released a 30 under 30 list of change makers in the charter school world. And Minnesota had 2 students recognized on this list. So a big congratulations to Darnella Frazier from Augsburg Fairview Academy in Minneapolis and Anna Grace Hottinger from EdVision's off-campus in Henderson. So Darnella Frazier, and you might have recognized her from being in the news recently, she bravely witnessed and documented the unjust death of George Floyd while he was in police custody last summer. It was her video footage, taken with her phone, that sparked an international response and movement. And Darnella has continued to use her platform to advocate for racial and economic justice. And then also congratulations to Anna Grace Hottinger from EdVision's off campus. She helped organize students to speak at their local council meeting advocating to raise the age to legally buy tobacco from 18 to 21. And her advocacy caught the attention of the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, who recognized her as a national youth ambassador. So as an ambassador, she works with the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids to advocate for effective policies to reduce youth tobacco use at the federal, state, and local levels. And now the national recognition for these students is a tribute to how young people can be advocates in areas like justice and public health, and how their actions can change the course of our society and history.
So do you know who else is turning 30 next week?
Is it us?
Mike turns 30 next week. His birthday's on Wednesday.
Yes,
Make sure
it
you
is my
send him a happy
30th birthday.
Mike
Yes.
is 29. So, all right. this is the last little bit. Make sure you mark your calendar for the MAC's annual meeting on October 7th here in St. Paul, and we're hoping to get together. I think all of us needed this time to get together this year, October 7th, where we recognize our Pioneer Awards and also our Charter Leader, our Champion Awards from the legislative. As now, we plan to host the event in person, and we look forward to seeing you all there.
And lastly, the 30th anniversary of the passing of Minnesota's charter school laws coming up in just a few weeks. And we are going to be celebrating it for an entire year. Details on some of those plans will be announced soon. One thing we definitely have is at the end of August, we're doing Minnesota Charter School Day at the Twins. So keep an eye out for details on joining us at a Twins game. But keep an eye out. We just have a lot of different plans over the course of the year that we're excited to celebrate with you.
So that's all we have. You know, thank you for joining us today and join us in our celebrating, and share this video. It'll be uploaded if you want to watch it again or share it with other people. The whole piece will be available to you. And have a great rest of your school year. We deserve a break. The involvement that you've had to have in your school and that the schools have achieved in a very difficult year, you've been appreciated. So thank you. Have a good summer and have a good rest.
Thanks. You all are rock stars.